Hello everyone, welcome to Coding Hub. So in my earlier video I have shown you the syntax of if along with one code as well as the flowchart. So today I am going to start with if else, which is a very important portion of if of control statement. So the syntax for if is if condition, then comes the else part. This statement executed only if the condition is true. Otherwise, if the condition is false, if the condition which is provided by the user gets false, else part is going to be executed. So we will be getting an output over here. In earlier case there were no output. If this if condition fails, there was no such output. But if this condition fails, we will the statement 2 whatever there will be written, it is going to be printed. So the purpose, what I say generally, just now what I say, the statement 1 is evaluated if the value of the condition is true. So the statement present over here in an if portion, if block, basically executed, otherwise the statement 2 is true. So if this gets false, this is going to be true and this portion is going to be executed. But if this is true, statement 1 is going to be executed. Okay, now let me show you the flowchart of it, which is very important for any programming. You have to know the flowchart in order to start the coding. Let me show you. So here is the start, as you can see, and here is a condition. Here is the condition we are checking. So if this condition gets true, statement 1 is going to be executed. That means the if is going to be executed. So if portion is going to be executed. If this condition fails, the else part is going to be executed. Okay, hope so this is clear to you. So let me show you one program. Okay, let me show you one program based on this. Okay, same code I have taken. In my earlier video I have explained this one, all about this scanner class, all I have explained. Again I am explaining. So we are inputting a package called scanner, okay, for an user input. Then we have named a class, you can give anything. Then public static void main string args, which is general syntax for Java. Then we have taken a int variable that is called marks, and after that scanner in is equal to new scanner, that is we have created an object, because everything in object-oriented programming we have to deal with an object as well as in class. So scanner is a class and in is an object. Okay, then I have prompt symbol.println. I have used the prompt, that is enter your number, which will be displayed on the screen. Then I have asked to take an input. So this is going, this whatever the user is providing, this is going to be assigned in the marks, and after that we are checking. Okay, we are checking marks is greater than equal to 36. If the user provide 35, that means this condition is going to be getting false and this else part is going to be executed. That means you are fair. But if this condition is true, that means user is providing 50. Let's say marks is 50. That means this condition is going to be executed. That means you are passed. So this is the way if else is basically executed. So make sure that the next portion comes is that leafless ladder. Let me show you that also, because that is also important. Leafless ladder, let me show you that also. Leafless ladder, very important and very easy and widely used. This is widely used if you have multiple conditions. So if you have multiple condition, that means lots of, I will be dealing with the program that this all this syntax will be getting clear. Okay, if we have many conditions, Okay, then we use if else ladder. Okay, the condition, if condition, else if condition, along with the statement else if condition at the last else. If none of this condition, if none of this condition is executed, if not match, then the else part is going to be executed. Okay, so this is very important. If else ladder, it's very important, and I am going to show you the example also in coding. So there is one program I will be showing you based on this, that is greater number between three numbers. Okay, let me show you that also. It's an example. Okay, let me show you this one. This. Okay, so this is the basic program of an else if ladder. Okay, that is, we have imported a package scanner, then we have named the class day. What is basically will be doing that if the user enters from 0 to 1, it is going to print from 0 to 1 any number. If the user is entering, allow the corresponding days will be printed. Okay, there is where is Monday, where is Sunday. Okay, so scanner taken. And one thing you have noted that I have not declared over here. I have not declared any variable. You can directly declare where you need to. Okay, so it's up to you where to declare. And if day is equals to 0, if, make sure that we are using if, then it is Sunday. Else if, this is what I was saying in the syntax. This is else if day is equals to 1, it will be Monday. If day entered by the user is 2, it will be printing Tuesday. Else if day is 3, it is Wednesday. Else if day is 4, it is Thursday. Else if the day is 5, it is Friday. And the last portion, what I said, if none of this is going matching the value, if none of this matching the value, that means user has given 6, right? That is Sunday. Okay, depend upon the value entered by. You have to, this program is only applicable if you are pressing from 0 to 6. Okay, if you press 10, then it's not going to be executed. Make sure that. So on that purpose, it is made. Okay, hope so it is clear to you. If in doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Let me show you one syntax more. It is also used. Let me show you that also. Nested if, very important. An if within an if. It's called nested if, as the name suggests, as you can see over there. Let me show you this. Nested if. Let me show you the definition at first. Let me tell you the definition. If a nested if is an if statement that is into targeted of another if else. Okay, that means in an if condition we can have if as well as if else. Anything it can be there within an if block. That is called nested if. Nested ifs are very common in programming, so it's very much important in competitive programming, where you have condition, and within that condition we are checking one or more condition. Okay, in that purpose it is very much useful. So if condition, within this if there is another if, means if this condition gets true, that means it is going to enter in this block, otherwise it is going to enter in else block. Make sure that. So if there is condition, if this condition gets true, then again it is taking condition 1, if condition. If this true, if this false, then it is going to execute it in else block. If this fails, okay, make sure that. If this if gets false, that means if the condition is starting over here get false, that means it is not going to enter in this block. That means anything present over here will not be executed. So it directly jumps to the else block. Make sure that it will directly jumps to the else block. After that it will be checking the condition. If this condition fails, then else block will be executed. Okay, clear. If you are not clear, let me show you one example of 3 marks which I was talking about, greater 3 marks. Let me show you that also. It is not clear. Okay, this is a basic program. As you can see, I have imported scanner. Okay, I am in the class and public static void main, and what I did, I declared 3 variables a, b, c, and int marks equals to 0. Then I ask the user to enter the number a, then b, then c. After that, scanner, we have created a scanner, and after that, according to that, we have taken the input, corresponding input. Okay, I have taken the input. Now we are changing the condition. If a is greater than b, that means a is greater. Again we are checking whether a is greater than c. That means who is greater? A. Otherwise, c. Okay. This else is associated with this fact that if a is greater than c, so make sure that this else is only applicable if this condition is over there. Okay, that means if this condition fails, means what? That is, if a is greater than b, but if this condition false, means what? A is less than c. That means who is greater? C is greater. Fine. If this condition gets false, let me show you. If a is not greater than b, then it is directly going to jump to which portion? Else portion. Now else portion means what? A is not greater than b, that means b is greater. So it is checking whether b is greater than c. So if it is true, then b is maximum. Else who is maximum? C is maximum. Okay. So this is only applicable, is associated with if b is greater than c. That means if b should be greater than only b is maximum. Else, if this condition fails, then who is maximum? C is maximum. So the maximum will be stored in max at the last by checking these two conditions. These two. Okay. Also it is clear. So thank you for watching my video, and if any doubt, please do ask in the comment section, and please do subscribe my channel, because you will getting lots of updates on this tutorials, as well as you will be going to get more and more coding question as well as theoretical question on Java. So thank you for watching, and please do subscribe my channel.